it up, blah 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 blah. So they, we got all that straightened out, and then we went in there, and they're like, "Oh, we can't sell it to you because this is a non-stock item that you bought them online." Like, if it was something like their piece count or something like that, where they couldn't actually sell them as a pallet because the price was different.
That's weird.
Like, they're more expensive there, and that buying it as a pallet and getting the 10% off was an online only thing. So
yeah, but you bought it online and they're going to pick it up.
Pick it up.
yeah, I know.
Shouldn't matter.
But it was just their system and the way they do things is fucking backwards.
But
anyway, like
it's weird because I've ordered from like Best Buy, like from like my like either home or at work. Because there's one like literally like a 5-minute walk from my job, and I'll just go and then it'll say, "Oh, like 2 hours later, I got an email. It's ready. Come pick it up." Like,
yep.
Well,
but anyway, like the point of the story is we were, talking about this, and the Imperial probe droid. So like we went to Target and was walking around in there, and we went through the toy aisles and was just like, not really seeing anything. And then I start noticing like there's stuff hiding everywhere. So I'm like pulling stuff apart, digging down under the shelves. So there was the Imperial probe droid hiding, and then we found the Weapon X from the Sugar Man wave.
Ooh.
And then we found 2 of the Ghostbuster guys.
Which ones?
Ghostbuster. Ray and Peter.
Bankman?
Yeah.
Peter Bankman.
Dr. Peter.
But it was funny. Some poor sap is just like hiding them like right with the same toys. Like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, I
pulling
ran
2 boxes out, and it was like, there's a fucking probe droid. I'm like, fuck yeah, yeah. Now we go through the Marvel stuff, and then back behind there's like 2 Squirrel Girls, and then a bunch of the new Black Widow that's in the $30 pack or whatever, and we're pushing stuff aside, and that was down the aisle a little bit further behind some other Marvel stuff, but pulling stuff away, there's some, like, somebody had a pile, there was like 5 figures back there, but it was all shit that was, you know what I mean? Like, why are they hiding this?
You found someone's honey hole.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you gotta put that stuff in an entirely different section.
Dude, yeah. I was gonna say, like,
hide it
in the fucking baby stuff. Like,
It's like JD was a grizzly bear coming up on some camper's picnic basket.
and then we're checking out. Like the guy at the register is just like, he like picked everything up as he was like ringing it up, and he's like, so maybe I found his stuff. I don't know.
Stash.
I don't know. Somebody was a dummy and just tried to hide it and didn't do that well. Womp womp.
Have you ever did that before?
No,
Hit figures?
Yeah.
I've never done it. I've found people's hiding places plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, Toys R Us all the time. Like, people would hide Black Series figures with the remote controlled cars and shit like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
I would like at Target you can lift the bottom thing up, and you'll find things in there, and there's times where I'll find somebody hiding something there, and I would take whatever they hid, and I'll go into the Barbie section, grab a Barbie and put it under there. So if he ever came back for it and he lifted it up, he saw a Barbie.
That's
Do you guys
awesome.
are people
What do you
hiding
mean
it
lift
to come?
the item thing up?
To come back and buy it.
Is that? I mean, do you think that's the idea? Yeah, to come back later, or are they hiding it just to be assholes?
Oh, no, they're hiding it to get it to wait for it to go on clearance.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
Or maybe they don't have the money at the time.
Yeah,
at the time, yeah, true. Or hiding it for a friend. Usually,
regardless,
some people will be like, hide it for a
regardless.
friend and tell the friend where to go get it.
They're hiding it to buy it.
Wait,
for whatever reason.
I remember something. Dom, didn't you find like a dinosaur or something?
Yeah, I found
Like
Jurassic World when it first came out. That whatever fucking new dinosaur that they had. So it was way like a year past the movie, and I was like, usually when they do like those restocks, like they do the what's it called,
the reset,
the surface reset. Yeah. A lot of those fucking lower levels, like lower shelves, are like empty, so you can lift things up. You can lift that that shelf up and see if anybody's hiding anything. And so I did that, and right there was the dinosaur, and I was like, holy shit, like, what is this? And I looked up on eBay to how much it was going for, and it was like for $120. I was like, holy shit. And then it was on clearance. Like, you literally I took it up to customer service, and what they do is they check what the last sold price was, and they give you to that price. And usually Target has the best clearance because they clearance fast, and they go to 70%, and then they basically salvage it. So if it's a $20 figure, you'll get it eventually down to like $6 if they go for the 70%. But it'll linger for 50% for a while, then they'll do 70% for like a week. And if you don't get that, then they'll salvage everything and send it back and sell it to TJ Maxx and fucking Marshalls.
That shit is like a science equation, bro. Like extreme couponing, and like I remember talking to Dom before.
Yeah,
about
clearance. Yeah, clearance shopping is very popular. Very, very popular. Even housewives, dude. I've seen just housewives going down clearance aisles and just fucking have that app, and they don't even know what the fucking they're buying. They just go to the app and just scan the app and see how much it's selling for, and if it's like, obviously if it's a good price and they can get it for like 90% off, they'll fucking buy it.
Yeah, man.
And just sell it. So.
Interesting.
How long has Target, like how long before they usually put the stuff on clearance from when it's brand new on the shelf?
It all depends. It really depends because it's like, it's weird, like for example, the Black Series carded retro figures, like that first wave, which had is like Bestman Luke and a couple of the other they had them first, and then all of a sudden the second wave came out, which was supposed to release not until like August. So it's like the fucking release for a Hasbro Pulse for those second wave retro cards are not until August. I think August or September. And Walmart's and fucking Targets already have them. So it's like, and then like the whole first wave got skipped. It was out for like a week during the fucking, shelter in place. So I don't know whoever went out to get them. But if you didn't, you'll never find them in stores unless they'll do a restock of them. But who knows? Because I'm still looking for, I know Brian. Me and Brian ordered them from Hasbro Pulse because they ship them in single boxes. So I was like, I'm safe. You're not going to get a damaged card. And all of a sudden, my fucking all my cards got damaged. Like, my fucking box was like kicked in.
Yeah, only one time have I ever received like a combined shipment from them. Just once.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Too. Like every other time, it's been single. Everything's shipped separately, which is like so weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
See, but the clearance thing is crazy. Like I've been seeing like that new Netflix like CGL show Magnus, and people have been posting that's already on clearance for like $35. So it's like weird. That thing just dropped. So
and companies need to stop, putting their fucking name on their shipping boxes, man. Like if somebody sees something on your shipping box, like a Nike's like fucking big on this shit. Like, why would you put like a brown box and ship it in, and it has a big Nike sign on it? Like, no, somebody's gotta know it's fucking sneakers,
dude.
Like, Hasbro Pulse. I wonder what that is. It's fucking toys.
Yeah, I think that Nike thing is a thing. I've seen a lot of people complain, especially with like FedEx and UPS. Like the drivers would, specifically say that they delivered the item, but the items would be missing from the inside of the box because they knew what was inside.
Yeah.
Because it said Nike on it. You already know whatever's in there is valued at least $100 or more, right? Or if it's a Jordan, Jordan brand,
it's a Jordan,
you already know
brand.
it.
I guess
$200 right there.
It's just still stupid. It's like it's a billboard just to tell people to take me if you have that problem in your neighborhood.
No. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff is like plain. I mean, Amazon got their logo on their stuff, but that could be, of course, be anything that's in those boxes.
Yeah, right? You get that. Like, every box has that stupid ass smile on it, but like,
but Nike, that's just like a billboard, son. Be like sneakers here. They'd be stupid to ever leave that. Like, I mean, here, like I'm in an apartment building, and my door is right in front of the lobby door, so everybody passes my door, to go to the elevator. So imagine that, like if they left a Nike package, that'd be the stupidest thing for the delivery guy to do.
Well, if you're a delivery guy, you're a nerd, and you start seeing those hot toy boxes. And you just see the little logo in the corner. You're like, oh, I know what that is.
I know what that is.
Yeah.
Hello, eBay.
That's like, that's guaranteed signature. But like now these days, during this epidemic, they kind of waive those signatures now, and they just leave it on your fucking stoop. But it's like, those hot toy figures are just. If somebody knows what it is and they see that fucking on your doorstep, it's like game over.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, look what I got. I got a 1/4 scale of Vader. Hooray!
I guess speaking of like just that con of that, like, is that what you guys prefer? Would you prefer just a nondescript packaging?
Yeah, like when you order your porn and they say that
it's like when you ordered porn in the 90s.
And it says like Vandalay Industries or whatever, like fucking. It's not what it is.
You order that blow up doll, when
they would tell you specifically, all items will arrive in a plain discreet packaging.
Packaging.
Rest assured.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that the other day, guys. Like, I have to bring this up. This is funny. So when I moved out from my parents' house to move here to my current home, I had DVDs like out the wazoo, like porn DVDs and shit, like from the early 2000s and stuff. And like I know it was either my dad or my mom who had to like go through them or see them and then like get rid of them because I didn't want them. I obviously didn't want to bring them back here. Oh yeah, here's your box of porno, honey. Or like fucking, my wife would be like, "Oh, what's in there?" I'd be like, "Oh, nothing."
So you left it at your parents' house?
I left it for them to dispose of. But I'm just I still don't know to this day if it's my mom or my dad who went through it. And like, it's just like your porn is like your private thing. Like like I don't want my parents to know that.
It tells a lot about you.
Fucking like fucking POV blowjobs number 9 or whatever. And then I got numbers 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then like, what the fuck is this kid up to? You know what I mean? Like, fucking.
It's got a problem.
It was deep. It had a pretty deep collection. Pretty deep collection.
I had a bunch. I mean, it wasn't. I don't know, say it's the extent of my toy collection, but it was fucking somewhere there, But to this day, like from time to time, I'll come across like 1 or 2 of the DVDs and like random piles of shit that I still haven't went through. I'm like, damn, man, I had so many of these. I'm like, man, I still wonder who was the one that looked through them.
The funny thing is, they probably weren't cheap either back then. Like,
right, $14-15 a pop, maybe 20 sometimes. Especially if it was like a popular one. But well, I will say this: it has crossed my mind that maybe they never made it out, and someone's holding them. So like, my parents watch this from time to time. It's, they say they miss my face. So like, Dad, if you have them, like, you just leave them in my garage. Don't say nothing. It's all good. Or take your favorites out. I don't know what you got. But if not, they're gone. What are you gonna do?
At first, that's what I thought you meant. Like, they didn't make it out of the house. Like, maybe they went through them together, and
oh, geez, like
yeah, like that's why I was like, ooh.
Oh man.
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
All right.
It's funny.
Anyway.
It's funny you bring that up though, because like, isn't it usually back in the day? Usually stumbling on your parents' collection,
Yep.
finding yours.
Yep. To this day, there was this one, like probably my first like real dive into porn was I found one of my dad's old VHSs, and it was like it was recorded like it was back to back, like movies. So like I don't remember the names of the movies, but like from time to time, I'll remember the scene, and you kind of want to go back and watch that now and see, like I'll look for the classics, bro, for hours, and sometimes I'll be like, damn, I wish I could watch that fucking DVD or that tape, the tape.
Sometimes you can find the old stuff, but it's funny, Dave, telling your story. When I moved from my apartment to here. I had people helping me move, and I was like, all right, this is a box I need to make sure is taped shut very, very well. And I need to keep track of it, because when it lands here, like, I need to just move it out of the way. And I think I need to go dig into my crawl space, because there's probably something that I haven't seen in 10 years I need to go find. And
it's like brand new.
But the thing is, I don't know if my VHS still works. So
be funny when you put it in, you see where you left off.
That's funny.
Yep, be kind, rewind, Remember that?
Because you didn't rewind that shit. You just hit a check.
Yo, and even those, the VHS tapes, just like the DVDs, $20. You know what I'm saying? $25, $30. Just like old school video games, like the shit. I could have my entire Nintendo library on my phone right now, and it would barely take up any space. But each of those games were still fucking $50 a pop back then. It's so crazy when you think about it. So, all right. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Breaking the Mold. Harrick and BX here. Let's say what's up. Energon Addict, how you doing, man? We haven't spoke. It's been a couple of weeks. How you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm good. Good. Miss you guys.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it's funny. So, EE Prime, right? Before the show, he had asked me something about ToyCon being in August, possibly 4 days.
Yeah, I saw that
so
too.
I was like, he was like, you want to go like the first day? He's like, I'll go all 4 days. And I was like, dude, I need to get away so bad. Like, I'm hoping things are better by then, and that we could do something like that, because I'm out. I'm like, peace out.
I agree.
But yeah, it was nice, like, just to think about that. So when you just say, missed, yeah, you guys are surely missed, because I get to see you guys once a week, but it ain't the same. When we hang out, it's totally different. It's cool. We get to talk, on a daily basis, even, but when you're together, it's a whole different ball game.
I miss your nipples.
See, listen, don't give away all the secrets, Jake.
No.
Not all.
Sorry.
But yeah, man, I'm missing you guys too.
Yeah.
I mean, but other than that, I'm good. It was really nice weather this weekend.
Yeah,
got a little bit of color. I mean, I don't know if you could tell, but
nah.
Yeah, a little bit. I see it. But yeah, it was nice. So spent some time with Chloe in the backyard, hanging out.
Nice. It's supposed to be real nice tomorrow. I'm hearing like supposedly like 85. So I don't know. We'll see. Should be nice. Brink, how are you?
I'm good. Hey, I'm just checking the dates for this ToyCon.
Yeah,
it's
so
the end of August.
Yeah,
4 days.
Like Thursday through Sunday.
Man, why do you have to choose that time?
Why? Where are you gonna be?
Right?
I'm gonna be completing this project I'm working on for fucking since a year.
Well, get cracking.
Watch
that
now. Watch that fall on the weekend when he's supposed to be all like wrap it up and.
Yep, it is. That's it falling. Yeah.
So. Well, you could just skip out on the next 2 weekends and work through it. There's your 2 extra days you made up.
I could sell everything in this room and never have to work again, actually.
There you go. I like that idea. I don't want to work anymore either. Kind of over it.
Yeah, I'm over it too.
I do. I just don't know if I'm going to remember how to.
Right? Out of practice. Just got to do it. Do it. Just take to pen and paper. Just keep in practice.
Do it.
Keep in practice. So, Brink, you all right? Everything good?
Yeah, man, things are good. Things are good. I got some stuff in the mail today.
Some goodies.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about. Like, check out this blast from the past.
What is that? A brawny?
That's a bad cube brawny, and I got a little X-Transpots Arcos to go with them too.
Nice.
Those come from Florida.
They did come from Florida. And it's funny, while you guys were talking about hiding toys in stores, I was ripping off the repro labels, and I couldn't help but think, it's like, these things were really put on here nice and straight, and they looked really good. And I was like, I bet just put a lot of work into putting these on. Rip them off.
So bad.
Wow.
Because it's funny, after I agreed to buy them, I was like, are there stickers on these? He's like, yeah. I was like, all right, fine.
You don't like the repro labels?
I'm not ready. Not till the collection's done will I put the labels on. And plus, it hurts the resale value.
Interesting. I do think it's a little funny. I don't think Just watched us, but he sent your bots to you like right away, and it took him 3 months to send that Snake Eyes to Dust.
Hey, look, man. It was locked down, man. Pandemic, full steam. Now it's all loosey goosey. You can go out and cause trouble, steal shit. Fucking no one cares. Just fucking go.
Yeah.
Did you not have those figures before?
Oh no, I did, but I sold them when Fans Toys dropped their. Hey, we're making this. I'm like, all right, well, let me get rid of them now, because it was like NJCC like the week after that announcement, and then after I saw more and more Fans Toys come, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get them back, and then I'm gonna make another decision once those show up and see. But
did you at least get them for a better price than what you sold them for? So it's not like you double dipped and went too high or whatever. Like, was it a good deal?
No. Just give me a good deal.
Now the question
to be honest,
is,
though, I'd let shit go for so cheap at NJCC. I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Now, Brian, do you know was that like just like bot or alt mode extra?
I believe this Brawny had a sticker on his chest, so this one might have been transformed once. But he said this Arcos was never transformed, and I can tell because this thing is like picture perfect,
like a tiger.
Yeah, like I was like, if I transform this, I'll never get it to look like this again. Everything's tabbed in nice and tight. It's good.
Nice.
But I like this Arcos, man. This was always one I never really wanted to part with. I'm kind of glad to have it back.
It's a hippie robot, right?
Yeah. Well, I like him, man. He's a real world Land Rover Brawny, and like this is I don't know. I think the Fans Toy stuff is a little too, some kind of nonchalant vehicle.
Did he send you the birds with the Arcos?
Yeah, it's complete.
Oh, perfect.
That's nice.
Cool. So, pretty excited.
With that Brawny, like, didn't they make another? Is that like the newer version? Did they make like a? Was there more than one version of that figure?
They had a couple of releases, but I don't think they did like any repaints or upgrades to them.
Oh, okay.
No, wait. No. The Arcos. I was thinking.
Now the Arcos, they did another one.
Yeah, they did the green one.
I see. He's starting to come untabbed. So you shouldn't touch them more than 5 minutes. So. All right, it's time to transform him. But no, they did this one in a different, like a more metallic, I think, and stuff like that. I thought he was more gray. He's kind of whiter than I expected.
Yeah.
Lighter, I should say. Whiter.
Yeah, the Brawny just was the original one, and then they did a later version where they like ratcheted his knees and
all that
kind of stuff. Yeah.
Ooh, I'll have to check
that. And the colors are different The colors are closer to the cartoon for the newer one.
Nah, this looks like an older one, I think.
All right, Don, what's up, dude? How are you?
What's going on, guys?
Chilling.
Enjoying. I also I was able to go to the beach on Sunday, so I went to the beach. Went to like a nice private beach, very empty, not a lot of people on it, so it was nice and relaxing and just sit and watch the waves. Did not go in the water; it was way too cold. So I did attempt to put my feet in, and it was just too cold. So I said, but there was kids in there still braving it, trying to get going in because they can't.
You just got to jump in, man. You got to just jump in and get over that initial shock, and then you adjust your body.
Yeah, but too old for that shit. Can't get shocked too much. Needs to be like Gary's pool temperature, nice and warm.
Yeah, I'm more of a pool person.
Not warm to where it's suspicious, that kind of warm, but warm enough to enjoy.
Yeah.
But it was good weekend. Was able to do some toy hunting on Saturday, which is always fun. Didn't find much. I don't know why I was. Nah, it was finding. Found stuff. Found a lot of stuff last weekend, but like just was trying to find that. I'm a completist, so I had to find the remaining characters that I didn't have in that Gameverse set because it looks like they hit once at Walmart, which I missed out on, and then they hit a couple times. I guess they hit once at Target, which I missed out on because I was staying home like I was supposed to. But so I just ended up ordering the rest of the characters online on Target because they were available. So
what's a game?
But I'm sure they're going to send me a game. Like they had a wave for a Gameverse that came out. The Iron Man, the Captain America, the Marvel, Miss Marvel. There's a lot of. I think a couple figures were, but the Build-A-Figure I heard it got some good reviews, which is I think it's Abomination, but like the Gamerverse Abomination, which is same kind of body mold, different head sculpt, but like better paint apps and stuff like that. So I jumped on that. All these Marvel figures are going to be fodder for the future when I start getting bored. When I get bored and have no time because I'm retired and I'm just drooling all over myself, I can just do what Dave does right now and just fool around with their mythics and break apart fucking figures and go down that route. But right now it's just I just don't have time because I'm just moving toys from here to there and working on stupid shit for work, and my modem goes down, like my connection goes down all the fucking time. But
gotta get it, like Dust says, get another mouse on the wheel, right?
Yeah.
Them crackers out.
Feed that fucking hamster a fucking Krispy Kreme or something.
Get it moving, right?
You know that hamsters are omnivores. They're not just herbivores.
Yeah, they eat their young.
Mm-hmm.
And they eat bugs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. But yeah, but I had a good time. Just enjoying. Happy to see you guys. Missed you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't have my video up today because I am like my hair is so like I look like Don King. I look like a hobo, and I know you guys love seeing me like that, but I'm just horribly ugly right now. And the funny thing is I actually stopped at my parents' house after the beach, and my dad was complaining the last 2 weeks because he needed a haircut. So he finally, like I told him I'll do it for him, so I actually did it, and I did a pretty good job.
Says you. What does he have to say?
I did. Like he was impressed. He was impressed. So he thought I was going to fuck it up, but I didn't fuck it up. Gave him a nice fade and did a little trim off the top. Not too much because he's thinning. He's thinning. You don't want to cut all too much out above on top. So, but he enjoyed it. He liked yours. Oh, dude, he fuck it up my mind just on purpose. Like, no matter how good I did his, he would still fuck mine up. He would just be like, "Motherfucker!"
And you gave
because he knows that he.
Remember
Yeah,
all
like
them
he'll
years
put it
you
like
gave me shit?
yeah, like he would say he put a clip on it, but it's just a bare fucking buzzer, and he just buzzed my whole head off, and just like, oh, I gotta finish the rest. So, but it was good. It was good. You know, good, nice, nice. You know, when you can go back and help your parents, out, you know, as much as they helped you out. So it was very. I felt a little. Feel warm in my heart just going back there and seeing a smile on his face because he was annoyed with how long his hair was, especially on his neck. So
might have missed your calling, man. If you said he did a decent job, gave him a fade.
Dude, I'm telling you right now because I dye my wife's hair, I do her eyebrows. Dude, I could be fucking Ramon in a fucking haircut. And
Dom, I did that shit last night, bro. I did that for Lauren too. I had a dye last night. Dude, you gotta fucking sit there and part the hair because if you're doing roots and shit, you're doing roots. You gotta get that shit right. You just can't just put dye in,
and
you know?
flip the hair. Yeah.
Bro, I've never felt so fucking weird in my life. Like I was doing it too by like the window of the bathroom. I'm like, if my fucking neighbors see me doing this right now, like I'm like fucking pulling hair up, fucking putting dye in. That's funny, dog. I'm glad I'm not alone.
Unfortunately, I can groom. I can groom other people. I can groom people, but I can't.
No, you listen. Don't be scared. If you could do it on other people, you could do it yourself.
You can do it on yourself.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Just do it.
I'm gonna attempt to. I just need to buy a little buzzer, like a beard buzzer. So I want to try to keep it. It's wild. Like it just looks like it's I look like a freaking.
Saw it last week.
Wicked. Yeah, it's just growing in every direction. I tried. I actually I had to trim it above the lips because the hair was growing right over my lips, so it just got too annoying. So I did that trim, and then I finally had to trim the sides because it was like. It looked like I was getting like my beard was becoming a mushroom, like it was growing out like sideways. It was like, oh god. So and I don't have the nice smooth and my beard is very like brillowy. So
you gotta get the oils,
nice to the touch.
You gotta maintain it. You gotta put all the shit in it.
What is he, a girl?
Condition it.
Listen, I can't. Like you tell him, JD. Like I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna put fucking oil in my beard. I'm not gonna. Like you're talking to a guy who like fucking played football. I buzzed my hair half my life, and kept it short and never put product in my hair ever. Like there's probably a couple times in like when I was in senior year of college where I put some mousse in my hair because I just wanted to look good.
Yeah, mousse or gel, dude. You had to have done that. Come on, at least.
Nah, dude. I used to keep it short. So you really didn't have to do it.
So get up and go.
I guess as I grow older, I try to keep it as long as I possibly can because I don't know how long I'm going to have.
Yeah, you don't know how long it's going to be there. That's the problem.
I get a hair.
I haven't. Sorry, Brian.
I just said I get a haircut on Saturday. Finally.
Yes, you do. Right.
And I'm starting to lose my hair. So like now that it's really long, it's like you can see like a bald spot on the top of my head, kind of thing. It's like, and I got to go to the dentist tomorrow, and I'm like, man, why couldn't it be after I get my hair cut? So I'll just wear a hat to the dentist, of course. But
I think barbershops and haircutting places open up here at June 22nd. I think that's the date that our governor has released them. So I think my wife was on the phone today just trying to make an appointment. So, but she was unsuccessful because they're not taking appointments until the parameters are set or something from the governor. So they're waiting for those parameters so they can then start setting appointments and how many people they can bring in within the hour and stuff like that. So
yeah, I mean, if things change or whatever, they would have to cancel, reschedule. That's a pain in the ass. That's what I'm dealing with now at work, basically.
Yeah, this place. I told them, I was like, so what's the deal? They're like, you have to be here exactly on time. As soon as we let you in, we lock the door. We don't let anyone else in. And I'm just like, God damn,
jeez,
crazy.
Yeah.
for the dentist tomorrow. They're like, so get here early. When you get in the parking lot, call us, and we'll let you know if it's okay for you to come in or not. And then as soon as you come in, we're gonna take your temperature and all this other stuff. And then they're usually it's just one dental hygienist. Like there's gonna be 2 people there, one person holding the thing, the sucker thing, and
No. They take it rectally.
yeah.
Get ready.
Yeah, I was going to say that to Brian. If they're putting it up your anus, it's not what they were supposed to be doing.
Right. They're doing something wrong.
just walk away.
Been cooped up for so long. Sounds like a good time.
I was saying, if you were doing that, I should have brought the bottle of wine.
And you're gonna clean my teeth? Sweet.
Man. Be like, I'll forego the first date. Let's just get right to it.
Do the teeth first.
That's funny. JD, what's up, dude? How you been?
Okay. We started the show out with me telling my little story.
Oh, God.
Yes.
That's great.
I'll be your co-pilot any day of the week.
I told him, like, my beard is just too dark and chewy.
Wait, put that picture back up again. With Dom. All right, just the way it merged together. Did you guys ever see that episode of the $6 Million Man where he fought the Bigfoot?
Mm-hmm.
And it turned out to be a robot. It looks.
Yep.
JD's so much better. His beard blends in perfectly.
Oh, that's funny.
Beautiful. But yeah, just we took a couple trips to Home Depot in the same day and didn't buy anything, and I lost my shit, and that's pretty much it. Just been doing shit around here and digging through toys and trying to stay sane, avoiding people, avoiding all this fucking bullshit.
Yeah. And G Money, what's up, dude?
Dude, everything is good. I'm pretty fortunate. I've been able to get back into some routines the last couple weeks. Business is slowly coming back for us, day over day as people feel a bit more confident again. So that's helpful. Certainly when the world tells you don't go anywhere for, 6 months or 60 days plus, it's kind of scary. But hung out this weekend. Went to the pool for a little bit. I read a pretty good book. I don't know if you guys ever read any of the Aliens novels, but I read one about Ellen Ripley's daughter and basically everything that happened to her when Ellen was gone, out on that on the first ship before she came back and got discovered. It's pretty good read, entertaining. But that's about it. Pretty quiet otherwise, but just kind of going day by day.
It was about Ellen Ripley's daughter, so there was no aliens in it then.
Well, it's actually interesting because the story, I don't know if you guys care, but it was a good read because it kind of talked about how she grew up when Ellen left and what her relationship was like with her as a mom and her birth father, her stepfather. And then in the novel, she actually gets pulled into a mission because they're trying to find out what happened to that original ship on the Nostromo. And so she gets sucked into this adventure for the flight recorder and some other stuff, of course, with the company with Wayland. And so she actually does see, an alien on this one planet that they go to that's kind of part of, kind of linked together. So, but it was an interesting read, because you don't really hear about her daughter, right, in the second movie, unless you watch that extended cut and you really learn, and she was she died when she was 80 something when Ripley got picked up. So it was a good read if you like those. I've read pretty much all those novels that have been out in the last 20 years, all the Predator and Aliens books. So it was one I hadn't read.
Josh wants to know the name of the book.
I will tell you as soon as next time I get up, I'll go grab it. It's in the other room.
Ripley Does Dallas.
Yeah, that's Dave's book.
The decent supplemental like material for the films and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say if you kind of like that storyline and some of the characters and some of the spin-off stories, similar to like reading the Star Wars novels back in the day when they were the EU was still considered canon. It's entertaining, so it was a good pool read for a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, I remember when you guys were like describing all that, all the alien stuff to me. So the universe seems ripe for that type of, like extra storytelling, basically. So
that's cool. What about you, Jose? How's everything going?
I'm good, man. Good. Same stuff. Like my routine's pretty much the same. Things have gotten a little bit better at work, thankfully. You know what I'm saying? We're still waiting to see when we'll be doing like elective stuff. So just fielding like a lot of phone calls, like, hey, like, can I schedule this? Can I schedule that? And I'm like, not yet. But everything's well. Can't complain. So, you guys in the chat, had posted, and I think ETR showed those things off last night when Jeremy B was doing the segment. So I guess they revealed all of those. What was it? Those Star Wars Black Series from Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, it was some of that stuff like released before, but then they just like redoing it because they got some like better techniques now, like with the making the figures.
Everything except for one of them have been released, and they're just redoing the whole line because the final character is coming. And of course, I guess they wanted to make more money, so we're going to give them better face paint and all that kind of stuff, and then we want to put them in new packaging. I mean, it's about damn time they changed the packaging for Black Series.
Well, now, is that going to be the packaging going forward, or is it's just this one-off?
No, I mean, it's for Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. I assume this is going to be from here forward.
Gotcha.
Because they did what? So the blue line, or they started with the red line, then they do the blue line, and then it went to this black and red box.
Yeah, that.
And it's been this forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like what number did it reach finally? Like 100 and
something? Like 110. I don't know. Like these last couple waves, I guess, that we're waiting for
it's gonna be like reach 120.
Plo Koon and all those guys. I don't know if they're gonna be numbered or if they're gonna be in a new box or what.
Is that something that they're ditching, like that numbering system? They're gonna like start over?
No, yeah, they're not even putting numbers on these ones. I'm assuming.
No,
I think it's just based on what movie they come from, and they're gonna be colored that movie. Like I think each movie has a different color, correct?
Yep.
And then the side of the box has an like art that basically, I guess, when you put all the other figures in that line, it creates like a kind of a more like a picture like that, like a combined picture of all the characters in a background for that movie, I guess.
I like the way it looked. It looked pretty premium, like the packaging.
Yeah. That's really beautiful.
Yeah, without the numbers though, I mean, how are you supposed to know? Like
exactly, the numbers came in key, man. That's like a checklist, yo. Back in the day, checklist.
I had seen some of those recently, like looking them up. Like I was like, I was reminiscing on like the G1 stuff, like they used to get in the instruction booklets, and you had that checklist. They used to come with basically with each figure, and so I looked up the originals, and then and saw some people actually did I guess like Photoshop like updated third party like figures, but in the same style as those like G1 instructions. It looked fucking incredible. I was like, wow, that shit is great. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
Seen what? The instructions again?
Yeah, so like I guess the Rebels cartoon series is purple, and there's all of them right there. So you got the new figure, right? Zeb, and then you got all the rest of it are re-releases, which are basically Chopper and Ezra, which Ezra was on the secondary market was fucking crazy because it was a short run.
So just a couple weeks ago.
I think
people were buying
go
it
ahead,
for how long? How much? Just a couple
100.
weeks ago.
Yeah, 100.
Serious.
And that has the photo reel, so it's not really a different from the one that previously came out.
Right.
And then Chopper, obviously, that wasn't going too much on the secondary market. I think it was like $35, $40. But,
So this is basically the same.
Yeah.
yeah, same figure. It's gonna probably hurt for a lot of people who actually dished out that kind of bean to pick him up.
So
Caden is a new sculpt, real photo reel. So you got that nice looking eyes, those dreamy brown eyes. Is he brown eyed or blue eyed? I don't fucking knows.
well, not here. He's just black eyed.
Yeah, he had like blue eyes, I think.
He looks more tan in the second pic.
He reminds me of the villain from Kindergarten Cop. You know.
Yeah, I
Oh
see
yes.
that. Right? That's like
yeah.
that actor that was like that very '90s ponytail. Like,
That's all right. I have a head sculpt that I need to paint. That is Freddie Prinze
killed,
Jr.
some customs on him.
It's Freddie Prinze Jr. as Kanan. So he has like the hair and the goatee.
See now, which one is the newer one?
The left is new.
This is
Right
come
is
on.
the
You
Come
can't-
on, Jose.
Dude, that's like the one on the right. The eyeshadow was like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, the one on the
eyeshadow
right,
there.
the one on the right is obviously a hand painted prototype because none of the ones that actually made it to retail even look that good. Their fucking eyes are all googly and like they look like shit.
Now, in the past, like with the archive wave, it's almost like it's the same sculpt, just painted better. But like, I can't tell. Like, is it? This is a new sculpt, right?
That's a new sculpt. It looks like.
All right.
It looks
I
like
don't-
a new
The lips.
sculpt.
I mean,
Look at the lips and the
Yeah.
nose. They are different.
Yeah.
The eyes are smaller.
It's just
Oh,
more
yeah,
natural.
you're right.
Hey,
There's
look!
natural
Hey, look! The
sculpts.
body's there, guys. Just put the fucking helmet on her fucking head and call it a day.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's kind of what I did with this figure. Like, I think me and JT mentioned it when we were talking offline, but like, you just literally threw the helmet on her head, like, and just called it a day.
Yep. Throw that
The new-
bag
the
over
new
her
head
head.
sculpt,
You
the
ain't
new
gonna look at it.
Now, now the thing is like people have been trying to complete this set, and like she was hard to find for a bit.
Yeah.
She was, but she was re-released. She was one of the ones that got re-released in another pack. I think she might had
I think she had a single pack. Yeah.
Just with her. Because I remember she was going for a hefty price, and then her price dropped when that re-release happened. Hera's, that looks beautiful. Like I like the fact that they also changed the body a little darker tone colors too.
Yeah, look at that. They redid the face sculpts.
Oh wow, it does look
Yeah,
good.
I think
I don't know. This one looks like
the
they
face
could be
sculpts are
the
different.
same.
Unless it's just toned down on the one on the right and you can't see it because it's just
Yeah.
the shadowing is not there
Yeah.
from the photo reel. So,
But anyways,
they do the shadowing on the face
Yeah.
that gives that pulls some of that sculpt out.
it's funny. I looked at this one
It's
like
nice.
with the naked eye, where you're not all zoomed in, and I was like, it still actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, hers doesn't look all that bad
Yeah.
as it is.
And then there's Ahsoka here.
Now this one,
I love
her
how they
face,
picked
like,
this one. Like, look what's going on.
Yeah, the eyes are super beady. Like,
Yeah.
doesn't even look right.
Well, these are all off. Yeah.
Yeah,
But did you guys go all in again?
No.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm doing it.
I did not.
I'm doing it.
I'd love to replace everything I have. I'd love to, but dude, how many times are we gonna fucking like
Are these in
everything
retail?
that they're
This
gonna
is
do?
are
They're
they-
gonna re-release it. You know what I mean? If this is any sort of
Indication.
like indication that they're gonna be of what they're gonna be doing, they're gonna go back and they're gonna redo a whole like everything that they've done so far.
Yeah, but don't you like do it? Like, don't you go in it when they upgrade Transformers and stuff? So wouldn't this be the same thing? I mean, a head
I want
sculpt
new
is a
stuff.
head sculpt.
I want new stuff. They have the technology. I want new stuff. Like Zeb is a step in the right direction.
That's what I'm looking for here. Where is he?
There he is. All the way at the bottom.
I mean, if there's only so many characters, then how many times would they be able to, put these things out? So I guess that the better paint technique is the only excuse they could do if these are figures that have only already been released before, except for this guy.
Yeah, it's so weird that they're putting them all out again, right? Because, I mean, all they got to do is put him out, and you're good to go. You know what I mean?
Well, good for the collectors. Well, like Dom was saying, guys, people paying $100 for who? Ezra.
Yeah.
So
Ezra, yeah. And so Ahsoka did get up there. Like she was going for like between $60 to $70. So Ahsoka was, especially after this recent Clone Wars series. So she was demanding a high price, but nobody knew when that series ended. Nobody knew that they were going to reissue this. They were just waiting for the Zeb and call it a day. But they reissued the whole line, and people were picking that one up, and their price started skyrocketing because of that series.
Tom, I remember you saw some kind of rumors from some kind of computer screen at some store or whatever. You're like, everybody sell your stuff now.
Right.
Yeah. Sell it all now.
I think Dave shot me a text saying, you better sell your stuff now. And I had a few of those. I actually had a few of those figures in the vault. And
so aside
them,
from some reissue, and I think we've talked through that before. Like I can't blame them for that because how many people, right, would just say, nope, I can't get into it because the cost of late tax is too high, right, to put everything together. So it does let people start fresh, and it does align with I agree with JD. Like, it'd be cool to see just new stuff, but it does look so much better. But the show's been off the air now, right? For 2 years,
right?
It's concluded. Yeah. So, what thoughts do you guys have? I know when they do Marvel Legends, there's a wave that's maybe not completely all one team, but they kind of fit usually, right? Some type of storyline, whether I know what that storyline is or not. But here, it's just the first time. Have we gotten any other releases where an entire team or crew or group was released either originally or as a reissue all at once like this?
No, for Marvel Legend?
For anything. I can't think of anything where whether it be G.I. Joe's 10 years ago, right? Where they said, hey, here's all the Dreadnoughts, right? Dreadnoughts at once, right? With Zartan, or here's whatever, right? I'm trying to think of some other examples, but I think it's interesting. I don't know if we've ever seen a whole group issued at once like that you could get.
I mean, they're G.I. Joe. You made me think of they had some shared exclusives that were New York Comic Con or whatever. They did do 2 different Dreadnought packs, and then they did the Slaughter's Marauders.
Yeah, no, so I remember that. Yeah, that's true. That was on BBTS for a bit too.
Yep.
But I think when the Dreadnoughts originally came out, right, they were they didn't release them all on the single cards, right? Even then, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. It's kind of neat. I mean, I don't know. I think I like it, to tell you the truth, where you can just get the entire group and enjoy that display.
And that comment that Jose or we just put up, it's true. In that series that they did, their look did change. So it's the look that you're getting from that that they released was that season 1 look, and as they went through season 2 and season 3, their look, especially Kanan and a couple other Ezra, changed throughout the series. But I think what they could have done that and appease the masses. But like I said, Gary, I think what they were looking to do is to catch people who started introduced into the line and came in now or
totally
a few months ago. They're just able to come and pick up those pieces.
And I'm not mad at them for that. Yeah, you can't be upset. That's just a good business decision, and you can re-engage, and hardcore fans, like you said, are gonna buy it again with it. So
yeah, man. It's
they're known to do it, and then and we all knew that this was happening because at the end of the day, they did announce that they were going to do that photo real head sculpts, and we all kind of assumed and predicted that they're going to be re-releasing some of these figures that they came out, like the Bestman Luke and and put newer better head sculpts on them. So it was we knew that storm was going to come.
I didn't expect it for this. Like,
no,
photo reel of what? They're freaking cartoons.
I agree. But when they did the Ezra, I was like, oh, they're gonna go back and do fucking everybody. Like when they did that Ezra and they just didn't keep it. They did the photo reel on him, and I was like, fuck, they're gonna go back and do the rest. But I know they are. And then the archive line is set up to do that. Like it's set up for them to go back to some of those older figures and bring back,
But this isn't the archive line. They just put a fan vote for the archive. It's very odd. I don't know. It's very interesting.
So what Brian brought up though, like this is what Frank's saying in the chat. He says he kind of wanted animated head sculpts. You know what I'm saying? It's true. Like it's like what are, I guess they're trying to just. These characters are usually based off somebody like real, right? Most of them, at least.
Yeah.
If you in the cartoon,
Frank, if you want animated head sculpts, message me. I'll point you in the right direction.
Ooh.
I know who to talk to.
That's my little cousin.
Oh, nice. Cool.
He's not little. He's in his 30s. I'm just saying that.
He's just younger.
He's a big boy.
Younger than you. But I'm definitely going to pick them up. But,
yes, Frank.
I've been picking them up. But like you're right, Brian. It's like they've been reissuing those older figures with the newer headstones, whether it's in the retro wave or it's in the archive. And this is kind of something out of what they have been doing. So
yeah, I mean it's cool. I'm kind of curious what's going on with these boxes. I think I was watching the Foosh or whatever. So how the Siege has the slant on one side now?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is it slanted? Because I couldn't make it out from the picture.
I heard that there might be some slant to them.
That sucks.
So in that,
there goes that company who's putting people were buying those cases because for sealed collectors they were buying those protective those pop protectors. People were actually making protectors for Black Series figures and Marvel Legends.
So the pictures that you had up, Brian, they had pictures of box art. Like there should be like a 360 or at least like 2 or 3 views of the box.
But you can't make it out. Like I even looked at it, JD. You can't really tell. Oh, because they put it on an angle. They kind of put it on an angle that you I don't know whether it's slanted.
It doesn't look like a true rectangle though. Like if you look on the inside, I don't know. It's very something screwy going on.
Whatever, as long as I can stack them, that's all that matters. That's all that really matters.
Can't tell on here either. But yeah, so I was kind of curious. Marvel Legends just dropped this week, right? Like what, Deadpool wave?
The Deadpool wave, yeah.
Then we had the Spider thing happen around the same time as this Black Series stuff. Like, if you wanted all of this stuff, it's a pretty penny. And I was kind of curious with the drought going on. If when there's a drought, people just kind of get itchy and they start just buying things just to buy things, right? Yeah. And I for myself was kind of responsible, for like a good 6 or 7 weeks. I was like, I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm not gonna, I can't go to the store, so there's no impulse buys, right? There's no Pacific Rim figures on pegs. There's no Toys R Us going out of business. Let's buy something cheap type of thing, which is the last time I remember really, like giving into a drought. But it's like then all of a sudden the drought ends, and boom, they slam you with this. They slam you with Marvel Legends. All that stuff you pre-ordered from overseas is all coming. Like it's all coming this week, right? I just I had something up here earlier. This is a Diaglone reboot figure that I pre-ordered back in October. That's $3 right there. That's what that got me for. And I'm not even gonna open that for another 5 years. I mean, right? So like, it's not that I need it; my collection needs it. But it doesn't matter what I want anymore.
Brian, I need that. Buy
but
it now.
We've got Fans Toys has dropped the Warpath recently, and there's other things, but there's nothing that's really feeding mainstream collections right now. So I was just kind of curious, like, have you guys been splurging just on random BS and now finding yourselves in trouble? I'm just kind of curious if anyone in the chat's feeling that way, because if I had just been going out buying stuff willy-nilly just to get stuff to feed this collection addiction, I would be in really bad shape right now. And to be honest, I think I still might be in bad shape. There's Thundercats dropping here soon too.
Oh man, yeah, I've been delaying those.
And it's and I was just checking my BBTS pre-orders today, and I was like, wow, look at all this stuff that, maybe I was impulse pre-ordering, but I wasn't, really impulse purchasing. But like some of this stuff, I'm gonna start getting notices and be like, cancel.
That's kind of what I'm running into, Brian, because I'm playing, like, I have a lot of pre-orders, and then when they drop, I'm like, you know what? There's still a lot available. a lot of other sites still have it. So, do I really need to drop that money right now? And I cancel it. And if that answer is yes, no, I don't, and I can drop that pre-order because everybody else still has plenty of quantity, and I can just wait until my cash flow stabilizes. I'll just cancel the pre-order. I'll keep it until it drops, but like once it drops, I'm utilizing some online vendors that allow you to, when the pre-order drops, you're allowed to cancel and still get your money back and stuff like that. So you utilize your vendors, my collector friends. So know which vendors you can cancel when your pre-orders drop, or set those payments to PayPal so they have to send you an invoice, and you can just not pay the invoice. Do some smart shopping.
And yeah, I mean, for sure. And it's like, I have stuff. I mean, stuff's obviously been getting delayed, but like I've got these Figure Arts Final Battle Endgame Avengers coming, and I remember all I got to do is watch that movie again, and I'll be super excited for when they show up on there. But it's like, oh, I remember really wanting those, and it's like, now not so much. But I don't know. I'm sure I'll be excited when they come in. And then I splurged a little. I got myself a Dio. I got these things from Jisk. Bought something from Chan, and it's like, you know what? Because I was good, but that's like, I don't know. Like, I'm actually tracking my purchases this year for my first time ever, and that is quite an enlightening experience.
Wasn't the old adage to say, like, never look at the numbers? Don't look at the numbers. Right. When it comes to that, right?
Well, it's funny. It's like I don't have it set up to automatically give me a total, but as you keep scrolling, you're like, oh, and it's like you see. But fortunately, a lot of it's not stuff that I've spent the money on yet. But it's just still like, because I when this thing hit, I was like, all right, I need to find out what's hitting on what month or whatever. And then when stuff just started getting delayed, I was just like, I'll be fine. Everything's been delayed. I'll save money in the meantime. In the meantime, you have to buy a new phone because your other one burns up. Kind of shit like that kind of bothers me. But
and they cost $1,000 now.
Right.
Well, fortunately, when you buy the bottom barrel phone. 450. But
it's like, where's the second wave?
Yeah.
But
stay in place. Shut down those factories.
It's interesting, Brian. I would say for me, in the the last couple months with things, as we talked, you're kind of sitting in your collection area or spending more time at home. I was looking at some stuff and I was like, I don't really need this, or this isn't really doing anything for me. So I was slowly, nothing really huge or like super pricey, but just kind of just recycling some stuff back in different areas and selling it, and so that was fine. So I felt pretty good. I made one expensive purchase that came in that's kind of just a little bit different and unique, but I enjoyed it that I have. But then I was looking kind of like you were saying, you can't really go out and shop the impulse buys. I found myself like on Amazon a lot, and then some of the other stores just looking for that $20-$25 figure just to get to kind of open and mess around with, and just kind of doing that almost just to maybe one a week, just something to, and treating it not even so much for a collectible long term, just kind of to get, like you said, something new or something a little bit more fun and in the mail again. So it's like a couple of things that kind of accumulated back. I can look around it.
Retail therapy is a thing, man, bit, right? Yeah. It's a real thing, right? Yeah. And they say so that
for the most part, you guys have been being responsible. No new rabbit holes.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always one-offs, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be responsible as much as possible, but it's a challenge because as much stuff that I'm looking to that I want, I'm trying to figure out how I can just increase what I want to sell to get rid of, and then gain that capital so I can splurge like that. So.
Yeah, I've hit that little bit of a lull again because I went through like that fans project stuff where I was getting things coming, like those figures I missed out on. But I pretty much got like everything that I wanted to check out. So I'm like, all right, like okay, now it's just waiting for again like the pre-orders that of the official stuff that's should be dropping like over the next few months. But some of this stuff is still like a few months off. So it's like, okay, what am I getting? I think the latest thing that came in was that the one of those Constructicons and that Sentinel Prime that came in like a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. But now it's like, okay, maybe August. I don't have anything on the radar. I did pay for that Cell, that Unicron figure that's coming out, but then it's like that's up in the air also as far as like I guess when it's dropping, even though those pictures are coming out, but I think when I ordered from the Show Z store and it was selling me August. So to me it's like that's months away too.
Right.
Yeah.
It's paid for, so it's not something that's gonna creep up on me either. All this shit is basically paid for already. So
well I feel that's important right now because I was gonna say that we can't really sleep on pre-orders because I think before the show I had asked you guys about that Fans Toys Iceman. Because I slept on that. I thought maybe I'd be able to jump on that like BBTS or TF Source late. That's just gone everywhere right now. That and Hot Toys is like the Star Wars stuff.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Like the way it's just selling out right now. It's just like I think people are doing what Brian's saying, just like impulse buying stuff, or either that or they're spending so much time at home now. They're able to enjoy a collection as opposed to some people who are like always at work, who work those 60, 80 hour work weeks or whatever it is.
Or they're just buying it to resell it.
That too, but that's another thing is like I was just gonna say that JD is I'm not afraid to pre-order or buy it like now because I know that it's gonna sell. Like we had that in stock sale of Mythic Legions. I always bring them up, but like those are $30 toys that sell for hundreds within a few months sometimes. So I went and I bought some. I had them all already. I just bought them to either use them as like, stock to do customs with because I know like down the line I'm going to be paying that, secondary market price for them or at least the BBTS price. So I said, fuck it, let me spend the money now or I could just get rid of them. So, I said, fuck it, right now I'm not like really splurging. But like if I see something that I know, down the line I'm gonna need or want, I'm just gonna jump on it because you can't wait. There's no point. Not right now. At least I don't see that. With some things, yes. Like even some of the pre-order stuff has been limited. I can't think of the figure, but there was something last week where they were like, "I'm sorry, but I'm only getting a few of these," as opposed to other stuff where they're getting like take as many as you want. So like I saw a post for like the IG-88 and like no limit, like order as many. I think that was that figure or something. But then I saw another figure and it was like, sorry, I only got so many of these. So hurry up and get it now.
I think you're right, Dave. Because on just the Hot Toys perspective, Star Wars especially, it's the first time ever where if you go to BBTS, like there's only like maybe 5 or 6 just in stock, and all the rest, whether it's pre-order or not pre-order, are sold out. And I'm sure the time will come when those pre-orders do release, they'll pop up as in stock, because people are gonna possibly cancel their pre-orders or whatever the case may be, because they just don't have the money. But at the end of the day, everything is kind of just sold out because people are just grabbing them up and holding those pre-orders. So it's interesting, because it's like I know what you're talking about with regards to like the Han Solo movie, because those figures were on pre-order for a long time available, and now it's like the last month and a half now they're all sold out. And they're just people are just really jumping up the bit to get them. So, and it's funny because I think with regards to creating them, a lot of these companies look at those pre-orders. So if you don't pre-order or put your pre-order early, and they go off those numbers, and then all of a sudden demand spikes up, then you got a short quantity, if they play that game, if manufacturers play that game. So your supply is low and your demand now is high, so now the figure is just not going to be out in mass quantities because of that. So interesting. Oh, they are. Look at what they are doing.
Yeah, so shout out to Night of Ren, he sent these to me.
Oh, they're fucking up the whole shit.
How are you gonna pack this up at the end of a show, Dom? These things ain't gonna fit a box.
What the fuck, I like the old boxes. They're like bricks.
Could stack up pretty easy.
They just love fucking with us, dude. They just love fucking with us.
It's aerodynamic, man.
What is that? Is that a hexagon? Is that a hexagon? I failed geometry. It's
a trapezoid.
Well, they didn't change the shape. It's very mid '90s Power of the Force, right? Remember where they came out on the orange card, and then like Shadows of the Empire was on a purple card, and then they went back to a green card, and then it's
We're talking about the shape of it, though.
No, I get it, but it still is like just all the colors for the movies and stuff. It's like
Yep.
That looks good though. When you see them all lined up like that, I think that's a pretty good look.
Say it's all angled, so
that's why that angle looks funny.
Yeah.
It's how you can see the figure and see the side.
So what's interesting then is like, so the Rebels, right? They all fit together. They all fit together here. For the, let's have a look at.
It'll probably do the same thing for each line.
Yeah, but
each
it's
movie.
Like, so each one is going to be like, this goes with the Stormtrooper,
yeah.
right? The Stormtrooper goes with him. That's not the Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper.
There were pictures of them together.
That's funny. That's such a good skit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, because that's what's his face's arm, right?
Yep.
So that's only 2. So are they gonna Oh, here they are. Thanks,
there it is.
Yeah. So are they gonna keep on going? Like, we don't see any teasers.
Yeah.
So
I saw in the chat earlier they were saying they are numbered. So like if there's any pictures of the back of the box, they do have numbers.
They are numbered.
Sticking with the number thing, but
okay.
Yep.
There you go.
See?
Yeah.
So they're starting all over.
So they're going to be
each different line. So like Return of the Jedi, Rebels, they're all starting at 1.
There you go.
So like Zeb is number 1.
Gotcha.
Mandalorian is number 1.
They're going to be numbered.
Mandalorian.
They're going to be numbered per the series, per the movie.
Darth Vader for Empire Strikes Back is probably number 1. Admiral Akbar is probably number 1 for Return of the Jedi.
So you know what that means.
I'm out. That's what that means. I'm out of everything. Fuck
that. Means everything I have carded, I should just fucking sell it now.
Just throw it away. I guess it's starting over.
So.
Wait, I said that, but now I'm back in the fucking Tebow.
But it's like
See, like what's gonna come?
I was hoping. I'm tongue tied. But yeah. So you see how Akbar bleeds into the Tebow box, but
Tebow's
they're not.
staff and the Death Star are gonna
But
bleed onto the other one.
They're not revealing the character next to him. Like there's no arm or leg here. Like that would be cool to know who's next. You know.
Oh, so so you get like a hint.
But
yeah, I see.
But they're doing it smartly, right? So Admiral Akbar's number one. He bleeds into the second box. So the third box, his staff is going to be on that one. So I guess that's how they do it. Yeah.
So the bleed order, the bleed overs are going from left to right.
Yeah.
So you'll never know what the next one is going to be.
That's kind of crazy.
Very clever. Oh, motherfuckers.
You went on all this stuff, Dom. You're collecting all this, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been collecting Black Series from the Orange line. So it's like, when they first came out, when that first wave came out with, which was Darth Maul, R2D2, and Pilot Luke, I bought them up. I thought, when I saw them, like, this is a line. Like, I was never in, I was going to start buying the 3 and 3/4 figures, and I was like, what do I really want to buy these? This is what I collected as a kid. Like, this is what I played as a kid. But do I really want to play these figures? That's like, do I really want to collect them at that level? Like, I had that love for Transformers to collect the original Transformers as that, but like with Star Wars, I didn't. And when I saw this, I was like, I'm buying. This is what I want.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I'm assuming the majority of everybody agreed, because
so,
the line got very popular.
Dom, I understand what you mean. Like, so like I have a bunch of the 3 3/4 stuff. I stopped buying it when I got into the Black Series stuff, because like my train of thought was, you know what, like the 3 3/4 stuff was, it reminds me a lot of when I was a kid. I also have, like, I mean, as many as I could really afford. I mean, I have 3 Darth Vader cases up there full of vintage figures. So I just like have those, and then the Black Series stuff. That's kind of how I justify it in my head.
Yeah.
So I don't have to buy the 3/4.
I was going down that route. Yeah, I was going to go down that route, and when this popped up, I was like, I was happy that it did, because I probably would have started buying a bunch of those and going back and buying a bunch of them, and I just decided not to, because when I saw this, I was like, this is the direction I'm going to go in collecting Star Wars. It'll have my Star Wars fix, and I wasn't into Hot Toys back then, so I was just, this was my kind of, giving me fulfilling my appetite in regards to my Star Wars nostalgia. So
it's so weird though. So like Night of Friends, like Return of the Jedi is green, Empire is blue, Rebels is purple, so on. So Rebels, they're just giving you all of them. It's like, that's it, no more purples for you, right?
Well, there's a whole lot of other characters they could actually do.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about that too. So like the Camino clone trooper is yellow, and they only showed one of him, and supposedly like Cody is on the block for an archive wave potentially, but it's like Rex isn't that hard to find. Cody's probably pretty hard to find. Some of those exclusives are pretty hard to find, but it's like, from a Clone Wars perspective, what do they? I mean, do you think they'll put out Clone Wars versions of the Jedi?
I can see them doing like Phase 1 Rex and Phase, the Phase 1 Rex they can do. But I don't know whether they're, that wasn't provided. I don't even think you saw Phase 1 Rex in the movies.
No, so technically, Rex is always Phase 1.
Yeah.
He just modified it, right?
He uses he has a Phase 1 helmet, so he never. But like they could, they're definitely doing, like, I could see them doing just the troops, like plain clone troopers, lieutenants.
You're right.
The
yellow, the red,
the red, green, yeah.
Mm.
So like they could do that in phase 1 and phase 2. Because I mean, think about when they did that 4-pack. Like, how fucking nuts did people go for those things? Yeah. And then they were up on Entertainment Earth. How fucking nuts did people go for those? People want those fucking troopers.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with you, JD. Like, I think if anybody's looking to buy those fucking packs, don't waste your money. I'm sure they're going to do it. And in that Clone Wars series, they're going to hit all those commanders and captains and lieutenants and all the colors, and they're going to do them phase 1 and phase 2.
And with all the love that Maul has gotten, between the original series of the Clone Wars, the finishing, and with Rebels, and with him being in Solo as well. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if we get some form of Maul again.
Yeah, a better one.
And like you said too, like we could get 5s and the other guys.
You could get like Echo and 5s and
yep. So yeah, Night of Ren brought up Cad Bane would be an interesting character to throw in there.
Cad Bane, yeah. I'm sure they're going to do a Boba Fett again.
Cad Bane, right?
No, they never did.
No.
They did. They did have a cool 3-inch one. I had it. I remember with the hat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember that one.
But you think about Empire, Return of the Jedi, New Hope, right? Those kind of key ones. We just got the main cast for all of those within the past year and a half, probably, right? All re-released, so it's like when they tack on the next characters for those movies, the greens and the blues, and I mean, obviously there's more characters that they can make, but do you think eventually, maybe in another year and a half, that might circle around to giving you a Jedi Luke in this box, kind of thing?
Yeah. I really hope that thing does get released.
That'd be interesting to see, Brian, because like the one that would give it off would be the Boba Fett, because they did an archive wave for him, and they're probably, if they do another one for whether it's Empire or Jedi, they that would be a good tell to say that they're definitely going to go back and redo everyone in this new style of packaging.
I don't remember. Did they show the boxes for those carbonized versions of like Boba Fett and the Stormtrooper and Silver and that Vader when they released those a few weeks ago or whatever that was?
I don't know if they showed box art, but I think it might be in that like kind of that the Revan type of the light side Revan box deal.
That they started using the colors.
It's old school box.
Yeah.
There you go, Gary. Share screen.
But I mean, there's a ton of fucking shit they could do.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. But it's got a nice smell.
Yeah. Interesting.
But
I'm sure these are going to eventually die out, and then they're just going to stick to whether they're just stick to this new boxing, this new layout, and then just archive, or I don't know.
Do you guys think selling empty boxes online might become a thing? Like, so people
already do it.
Wow.
Yeah, they do it. That's already a thing, right?
Yeah.
There's people, the boring numbered boxes.
Yeah, you could put that up. You know what I mean? Somebody would buy that for $10.
$10?
Probably.
I'm doing this.
I'm in a lot of different Star Wars groups, and there are people every now and again, clearing out room.
Got empty boxes.
Got empty boxes. Anybody who wants them, and then they'll set like it'll be like whatever, $75, and it'll be like 1 through 100.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you guys a question with this with the Star Wars 112 stuff we just covered, right? Like, do you have an end goal with that stuff? Like, do you just want them all, just to say you have them all, and do you think there's ever going to be an end, or is it that you just enjoy them for what they are?
You mean like, are you looking for a specific
Star Wars is
set of characters and
no,
stopping.
like Star Wars is a huge galaxy, right? And we have so many movies, and I mean, if they really started cranking out more aliens and different species and background characters, like you're talking about like in the thousands, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Bobby's 3 3/4 collection. I know
Right.
how big this 6-inch line could go, right?
Right.
Um,
But that's more manageable because of the size.
right.
You know, so I'm just thinking like, you know, is like I want to hear like, do you guys have like an end game with that or end look with those figures?
It's kind of hard when they keep getting you to buy the same thing over and over again every couple of
Uh-huh.
years. But,
That's I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a balance between saturation and, like, you know, if they completely saturate it, the line might die. You know, the line might get not as popular or more in demand in regards to what has been. But I don't know. It like, you know, it's going to be interesting in how saturated they get with regards to repeats, and whether, like you said, Dave, are they going to tackle those other deluxe, you know, other one-off A, B, C, D characters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they go that route, I think the popularity of the line will continue, but and then like sprinkle in some you know reissues, but you know, it all depends on how it is. But for me, I'd like my end goal, like with the whole line, I'm probably just going to collect them just to, you know, just to have them all. You know, just, you know, I know I have several remakes and reissues, so of the same character, but you know, at this time it's just because they're better sculpts. Like I you know, I do have the Boba Fett from the blue from the orange. I think the blue wave, was it blue or orange? I can't remember. But and then you know, I did get the archive, so it's like, you know, do I really need it? Did I really need the archive?
I mean, it's the same.
Or were they
figures.
different? I don't even know.
I mean, there's like minor paint differences, and that's about it.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, I just did it just as because of my complete, you know, I'm a completist, but at the end of the day, it's like, I'm sure people might have that debate on like, oh, I don't need that archive one because of, you know, this, or, you know, I don't need this Empire Strikes Back fucking Vader that they're reissuing because I have you know, the retro one, and I have, you know, the red card one that came out. So
Dom, so this is something that you're gonna keep in box. This is something you don't plan on opening.
Oh yeah. Like I probably will open my doubles like eventually, because you're gonna get probably doubles or everything if they keep reissuing and sprinkling them in. So I'm sure there'll be a time where I'll have those open doubles to have out and fuck with, and then have the ones just in the box and keep them in the box and just have them a box sealed, you know, collection of them.
So Dave, with your question, you made me kind of think of something, and I'll answer your question like after, but like, so the Skywalker trilogy has now been completed. Since that has been completed, now they're taking a new direction as far as like how they're marketing their, like, the line. They're separating it like sublines. So you'll have, for each of the 9 movies, you'll have their series, like all the different series cut up. So that like kind of just made me think of like the true potential for what that could actually be. And if with every line, well, every subline that they make figures for, as long as they come out with something new each and every time, like, I'll stick with it. I don't know if I'm going to do like Force Awakens and beyond that. Like, it doesn't grab me the same way, you know what I mean? So like, I'll probably stick with, you know, 1 through 6, and then Clone Wars, Rebels, you know what I mean? As long as they continue on this path to give us new figures.
Like, I'll do a Rogue One if they reissue Rogue One and figures out, like, you know, that we've done
they
before.
will.
Like,
they definitely will.
You know,
JD,
I can see them going that route.
But that's my point, is like, they have a lot of potential to like take all these different movies and all these different lines, if they're putting them into sublines, like they could really crank these out.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah, and I think the way they.
I was gonna say you bring up a good point because Star Wars is very generational.
Absolutely.
So people just need to go to the aisle and look for their color choice.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, I am. New stuff.
Yeah.
New stuff for me. I'm a yellow guy.
Yeah.
Give me the yellow stuff.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. After thinking of it, it's pretty smart.
It sort of simplifies.
Yeah.
It sort of simplifies the line as a whole.
Because like I can't see like eventually you'll see just like the prequels, like with these last 3 movies, the love for it might come a little later down the road, and people are going to be picking up those lines not now but later. But I can see with this setup too is that they will eventually get into those B, C, D characters and fill that line up, because as the popularity of whatever movie or series is being bought, they probably will tackle those characters, those later characters faster.
I just thought about something. So, are these newer figures that are coming out, are they better packaged too, or the same?
Wait, what?
Are they better packaged, or are they the same?
The boxes.
The boxes, like the figures in the.
It's probably the same sort of thing. It's probably just whatever the cheap cardboard printed, and then the clamshell.
Right, but the clamshell itself, like hasn't gotten better over the years. It's just shitty, and you can't really pop it back in and make it look like it did once you bought it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm saying if they did and they did an upgrade to that, I could see a display where you could have these all like in a bookshelf, and you have the art for each one up. And you could just grab them, pop, and put them back in as you want. You know what I mean? And it'd be easy for you to find the box because the box is already on display.
Yeah, being like almost friendly packaging,
like a library of fucking Star Wars figures. I think it would look cool if you had the space, but you're talking about probably taking up a lot of fucking real estate.
Well, you can always.
To start out, it won't be.
Yeah.
You're kind of limited until they get further down the line,
Right.
You can always cut the box. Just cut the art.
Well, but I think you're right, Dave. I think they take that into an account that they know they're collectors, they know they're buyers, and I think they know some of these people just keep them in box and they like the boxes.
I know people that keep them numbered.
Make it collector. The old ones you can't, like they're all numbered and they just have a name. But like with this direction that they're going. It's like a little bit like a Marvel Legends way, style, where you have that art of that character on the side, and you could sprawl them out on a shelf, and you can see all your characters, and you could like you said, pull it out, take the character out of the box. It's collector friendly, and play with the character and put him back in the box and throw him back on the shelf. But I think with this new packaging that they're doing, it's more. They're making that package a little bit more appealing instead of putting them in a kind of plain old box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll think that far into it though. It would be awesome, A lot of the companies, they don't really care about the packaging. They're trying to put the toy out there. You know what I mean? Most times, parents are just ripping them open, making sure the kid don't get cut up or whatever, trying to get their toy out, and then hand them the toy, and the shit goes in the trash.
Yeah.
But and on the other end of this, they do constantly say that these are for kids, but they know their main audience are us.
Correct.
We are the main audience. You know what I mean? And like collector packaging would be a really cool thing, and I like that idea of the fucking library. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, there you go. See.
But the thing is too is that obviously they're putting the time in the packaging because they changed it, and now they're putting art on the side of these packaging, where they didn't continue with the black and red box and just just basically continue with what they're doing. So they altered it, and I think with what they did in these new packaging, I think it's gonna appeal. They spent the time to say, you know, well, let's put this, let's make this box a little prettier for the for the collectors.
No.
Because they know, like, they got to know that this, like, I know kids, I'm sure kids do buy Black Series, but I would say the majority of who's buying Black Series is older adults.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, what do kids want to buy a figure that has no tank to ride in?
Yeah.
Or some
exactly.
That's why the Black Series are up on those higher pegs, and the role playing stuff is on the lower shelves.
There aren't many kids buying parents aren't. There aren't many parents out there that are buying Star Wars figures for their kids to begin with. Yes. Most kids don't. They probably don't care much for Star Wars.
You'd be surprised, man. It's coming back. It's coming back.
I mean, with
like I can see
new,
like
with
the Mandalorian kids are getting into
stuff
it
like that. I can understand. That's the stuff that's selling the resistance stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that's appealing to them. The rest of that is like, that's more of us, because that was our generation. All the good stuff. We're getting the good stuff. It's just a matter of, does it make it to the shelf or not?
Dom, it is funny that you mentioned, like, you go to Target. This stuff, like this, Marvel Legends, it's high. These kids can't reach up to those fucking pegs.
Can't reach. Then that's why you see the lower price items on the lower shelf. You see the 20 price items on the higher pegs. So when you go into any type of retail store, you'll find the $10. The $10 at the role playing figures and all that stuff on the lower shelves. Now, granted, Transformers is a little different.
They're always on the bottom.
At the end of the day, the higher price items are in the bottom, and the lower price items are on the pegs. But it's usually, for Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series, it's the averse, because
you see why now I can't get nothing at retail, Dom, because I can't reach the fucking pegs, bro.
I was thinking there was a joke in there somewhere, but I didn't want to get
Stick to what you can reach, Dave. Stick to what you can reach, buddy.
I didn't want to be the one, bro. I didn't want to be the one.
You can always ask, Dave. You can always ask. If I'm around, if I'm down the aisle, you can just come. Can you get me that? Can you give me the?
Yeah. Well, Don, I'm gonna be hitting you up. I'm gonna need you to get me some Earthrise stuff that I've seen has sold out on Target.com. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Earthrise is popping. Yeah, it's popping out.
So hopefully, if you find this stuff out there,
it's funny because I know San Diego is not happening, but it's going to be interesting in these next few weeks, month, especially the month of June. What releases and things that they're going to be showing for the next waves and stuff like that, especially Earthrise and stuff like that.
We'll see what forum they show that out. Maybe they'll just show out the photos if they don't do some sort of like big event like we're used to because of everything that's going on. So we'll see.
Do you think they're going to show us more in regards to this Black Series line? Like, you think they're going to? I know they gave us a little taste, but you think they blew their load in regards to this, or you think there's more to come for SDCC Black Series figures to be shown in this new wave style?
There's got to be.
They'll keep going with it. This is gonna be their new, this is gonna be the new hotness for a while. You know what I mean? Until everybody gets sick of seeing those boxes. It'll be whatever 3-4 years down the road, and then they're gonna change the box art again.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I mean, that's what happened here.
History has proven itself. Like, orange to blue to the red and black.
The red and black has been the longest running.
For the longest
package,
running,
it's like the longest running.
I think the blue was the shortest, right? The blue was like
red,
like 11 figures.
Orange and blue were short.
Very short,
they were only like maybe.
I think the blue was. 15. I think the blue was short. Was the blue shorter than the orange, or was the orange?
Yeah, so I think it was like 15 or 16 in the orange line, and then the blue line was, like you said, it was 11 because there was a Chewbacca that was canceled that would have made it 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, guys.
I'm in for it. Love it. Star Wars is great.
Yeah.
I'm happy that
Give me new Star Wars.
it's back on the the forefront, and Marvel's taking a back seat. Because the Infinity War is done, and no more gauntlets and no more Thanos, and I think with Black Widow being pushed, everybody's kind of like wondering where Marvel's going, where Marvel's going. So I'm sure it's going to, I'm sure they're going to come up, and it's eventually going to come back to the forefront. But it's a good time for Star Wars and Disney to just with the Mandalorian, the Clone Wars, and I guess the Mandalorian second season's coming in October, and that's going to be competing with Black Widow, which I don't think it's a competition there. They're not going to have I don't know what movie lineups are coming for Marvel, and if they're not doing a Thor or Guardians of the Galaxy, because that's all I'm excited for. I want Love and Thunder and fucking like the next Guardians of the Galaxy. Like what am I going to wait for? And Doctor Strange. Like that's what I'm looking for. But these other like one-off movies, if whether I'm going to go watch them, but like if they impress me, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm hopefully when they drop, they're good, because like the hype isn't really there for me either. It's just waiting for them to to come out. So we'll see how it goes. Let's wrap up for tonight, guys, and maybe with a little hangout link
if I can still.
Dom, he's trying to close the show. Good gravy.
We're all hoarders in our own way.
Yeah.
When it comes to this action figure shit. So
show him your stairway, Brian.
Hey, that's cleaned up, man.
Hey, look, at least all of our stuff, with the exception of you, Dom, is in our own homes. It's not spread into our parents and our grandparents and.
Listen. We don't need to talk about those things.
All right, let's go around to the yard, get some where you at's, call it a night, get out of here. I know Gary wants to go to bed.
It's getting late for me, that's for sure. A little bit.
All right, so I'll start with you, Gary. Tell them where you at.
Gary on Facebook groups with you guys on Tuesdays, and Josh, the book is titled Alien Isolation. That was something that was mentioned earlier.
It's based on the video game.
Yeah, like I said, it's with Amanda Ripley. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, JD.
You can find me here every Tuesday night. You can find me tomorrow night on Figga Bangin'.
Nice.
Find me the Wednesday after that on some sort of shelf gravy something or other tutorial. Facebook, JD Brocious, Instagram, Pigment Surgery, and Shelf Gravy on all that stuff.
Sweet. Dominic.
Find me in the group, Dominic Grasso, and here Tuesday nights with you guys, and in the toy aisles, reaching for the high figures so Dave can purchase them.
Brink.
Brian Brink, Facebook groups, at Brink Lives on Instagram. As JD mentioned, tune in tomorrow night for a bashing. It's gonna be bad.
Bashing a figure.
Uh-oh.
I already
know. Do you guys know the figure? Do you guys know the figure?
That's all you had to say. All I had to hear was bashing, and now I know what it is.
Yeah. So. Jose, you coming in tomorrow?
I can hang. Cool. I'll hang out. All right. Dave.
You can find me on Instagram and John Addict here on Tuesdays, and on Facebook, David Cologne. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come again. Thank you. Come again.
All right, and I'm Harrican BX on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Check out Verbally Challenged on all audio platforms here every single Tuesday night with these guys. Check out Crashbox Customs for all your diorama and Mezco needs. If you mention the word realm when placing an order, you'll get a surprise gift with your purchase. Check out some other friends of the show. The Nerds Have Spoken drops every Thursday. Check out the Total Package podcast with the ladies of the realm. Also on Thursday nights, Figure Banging tomorrow. Check out MPSP Theater on Friday nights with Nick Brammer and the rest of the crew around 9ish right here on this very channel. And don't forget to check out the Cool Table full of podcasts that you could find on Facebook with links to all those other great shows. So that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. We thank you, Chat Squad. You guys were awesome. Thanks for hanging out tonight. All right.
Wicked Shuffle. The Wicked Shuffle. The Wicked Shuffle.
That does it for us. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out, guys. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week, everybody.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.
Say it with me now. Really?